Hey, hello, and welcome to a Living Charmed live number 13, lucky number 13. I say live, but it's not live. It's going to be posted right afterwards, so it's as good as live. Um, I just I didn't want to go live today. For one thing, I'm running out of time, but I did want to get this show done today because I did commit to it. Like I said, I have a 3 to 6 month self commitment to myself to keep doing these no matter what. Um, so today is Spiritually Connected Sunday. It is spelled like the treat because I believe it is a treat to be spiritually connected to God, Jesus, Holy Spirit. Yes, that's the one. I don't like to use the word religious, and there's many reasons for that. I may get into that later. But anyways, yes, in spiritual alignment with God. Um, our creator, my creator, your creator, our creator, right? And so that's what this show is about today. As you can see, there's no co-host with me and there's no guest. This show is going to have guests and co-hosts on it. Again, I got distracted this week, and I don't believe that was a coincidence, and I'll get into that later too. But there will be there, and the next show's on the 26th, and I'm hoping to line up some really great guests and a guest or two, and maybe my co-host, my human co-host, that is, for that Sunday. Okay, and that will be on the 26th. So today I want to talk about again the distraction of this week, and that was my heart really went out to somebody this week that I don't really know that well, but I know him through a group on that I am on in Facebook. Actually, it's a spiritually group based group of coaches, um, and that's how I know him. And he had a bit of a public meltdown this week on Facebook, and I don't know if many of you have seen that. And ironically, in my last live, I talked about this a little bit. I touched on it anyway, about how people will have sometimes, don't they only show the good stuff on Facebook, but sometimes they will air their stuff on Facebook and publicly, right? But that is always a cry for help, right? That's meaning that they're desperately looking for help from others. They want to know that they're being seen and heard and loved, right? And unfortunately, sometimes the public eye doesn't always see that as a good thing, right? They don't want to align themselves with that. They'd rather ignore it and turn the other way, right? Instead of really trying to help. Part of the thing is when you help a person that's hurting, there's a chance you're going to get bit, and a lot of times you will. You will. You've got to be willing to put yourself aside and do it anyways, right? And you may get lashed out at. No good deed goes unpunished, but you know what? Sometimes we have to be willing to do that anyways. So that being said, it's kind of what I want to talk about today. My last live that I did was on just telling a little bit more about what I do, um, esteem alignment, right? And the value within, and resetting, helping people reset in one or more areas of their lives and relationships. So that's kind of what I help people with. And so when this person was crying out for help, it was really hard for me not to go, oh my gosh, I really want to help you. Like, for one thing, this person is very sweet. He's got a kind heart, and you can see that in him. There's so much in there. He's striving to be the best at what he is, and he's good, and he does have talent, and he sees what many other people see. You see people getting ahead and making money, and it's hard to watch when you know that you've got just as much to offer, and you're not seeing the same kind of successes, right? So a lot of times you really have to struggle with those kinds of things within, and I think that's what this person was seeing this week, and I see what he sees as well. And you know what, it is just part of our lives, and how things play out in this world, unfortunately. And you know what, when God's ready to promote us, he will. And the struggle lies in there, right? Is in when you're trying to do your best and trying to do whatever, and you see um sometimes people that maybe don't even have the same kind of talent that you may have, or the same kind of integrity that you may have, or whatever. That being said, it's really none of our business. It's between God and them. And our business, our relationship with God is our relationship with God. And that's what matters. So it's discernment, right? We have to follow our own paths, and we have to be happy for those that are succeeding in their path, whatever that may be, right? That's their business, it's God's business, and we have to be okay with that. And sometimes, sometimes we struggle there with other people's successes. But I think I brought that up in last week's live, even. And when our esteem's out of alignment a little bit, it's kind of one of the symptoms that shows up. Is it's really hard to be happy with other people's ha- um, successes and happiness, right? But that's something that we have to strive to do every day, and we should be happy for other people's successes. And believe me, there's always room for more, right? And success is relative. It's success is happiness and peace and joy within. That's what real success is. That's what we all strive for at the end of the day. You can be rich and very unhappy. We've seen many people that have been very successful, rich, famous even, and have committed suicide, sadly. So, you know what? Success is relative. Success is living this life, getting through our hurdles, and doing the best that we can, right? And loving and being there for others too, right? So that is kind of what today is about too. I'm sorry, my nose seems to always get itchy every time. Hence, you will see this is, you know what, I don't have to go live for it to be unedited. I don't know how to edit anyways, right? Anyway, that gets me off track, of course. But so today, I actually do want to talk about when you have that person or family member in your life that you see is maybe going and trying to make a way for themselves. You know, network marketing and even direct sales and stuff like that, affiliate marketing and stuff. Some of it's got a bad name for itself because you get that person, you get that hardcore salesperson in your face that doesn't want to let you go and just wants to make the sale. And it stinks and it's stinky. But then you've got people that really do believe in their products, and they're just trying to make a living for themselves, and they're trying to share with you what they believe is good. And you know what? To that, I say, hear those people out. If it's a no, it's a no, right? I'm speaking for myself here, but I can speak for many others that I would rather have a no than be ignored, right? It's like, at least hear what I have. And then if it's not for you, that's great. That's fine. That's all they want, right? That's all we want. That's all we wanted to do, is share what we believe is good with you. So I have struggled with that. I know that I've got many friends and family members. Oh, there she is with her another thing, right? It's another, I all that was is me not wanting to put all my eggs in one basket, right? I think, and I do believe that in this society, especially right now, we're going to have to come up with some of those things, right? I think everybody's going to have to try to find another thing to put, another egg to put in their basket, because financially, our system's in trouble. Economically, this world is in trouble, and it's really hard to make ends meet right now. So if you've got, we're gonna if you've got a friend or a family member that has something, and you're kind of slightly interested, reach out to them. Actually, even ask what they've got. If it's not for you, tell them, I may not be interested, but I do want to hear you, right? Like, at least hear them out, at least hear what they have to say. Don't ghost them, don't ignore them. And that's going to bring me back to the meltdowns that may happen on Facebook or wherever publicly, right? When those people are melting down, they're in trouble. They're wanting to be heard. Now, again, if you reach out, you might get lashed out at. Just, you have to understand that they're hurting. They're not necessarily lashing out at you. Don't take it personally. Just, you know what? At the end of the day, maybe stop giving advice, because they're asking for it, but they don't know what they're asking for even. So what you say to them might not align with what they're really asking for. So the best thing you can do is just love them and hear them. And that's it. Just keep loving them and hearing them, right? And letting them know that they are being heard. That's where I'm going to stop it today. It's just going to be short and sweet. Hopefully it was sweet. I try to be sweet. Um, but that's it. I just want to say that number one, if you have a friend or a family member that is trying to make it in another way, with something that they're, if they have their own home business and stuff like that, and they're trying to make it, please do try to, help them out. If it's something that you want and it's something you can use, you're helping them, you're helping yourself, right? It's all well and good, right? Don't just because the industry has a bad rap doesn't mean that they should have a bad rap. Same with any other thing that, support people, support and encourage your friends and family members. um you know um and if somebody is airing their stuff on Facebook, private message them or send them a little love like in the emoji. Do something, let them know they're being heard. Don't let them just sit there and think that they're not being heard and that they're being ghosted and stuff like that, right? You need to reach out to those people. Yes, they are in trouble. You liking them or reaching out to them is not aligning with what they are saying. If it doesn't align with what you are saying, it's just saying, hey, I'm here, I love you, and I want to help you. That's it. That's all you're doing. Okay. But don't ignore them because they can see when they're getting views. And so if they see they're getting views and that you scrolled on by, that doesn't, then you haven't helped, right? So they're seeing ears that are just watching and not caring in their eyes, right? So at least do that much. Um, what else do I want to say today? Well, I guess that's it. That's going to be it for today. Just you know what? Get connected with God, align yourself with him, get a new relationship with him. It is a treat when you can do that, right? Spiritual discernment is aligning with what you're hearing and seeing, right? And where it fits in with you and with your heart and soul and your relationship with God. That's where it all is. I'm looking forward to our next spiritually connected Sunday, because I'm hoping to have some good conversations with some guests and maybe my co-host if she's available. And yeah, that's it for now. Have a great day. Yeah, uh, that's it. Bye bye.